Hey guys, it's Raising a Gamer.
It is. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Raising a Gamer. Cool night. What are we talking about today?
Tetris!
Yeah, we are talking about Tetris, an all-time classic game, a game that's been around for
500 years.
500 years. That's the official word. Actually, it's a game that's been around since the early 80s, since the regular Nintendo and Game Boy. And there's been many a version of Tetris, but we are going to talk about mainly the Game Boy version, mainly the classic, original, old school Tetris, and give you guys our thoughts about this. So Tetris is a game that's near and dear to my heart, Cool Night, for a couple of reasons. First, Tetris is a game that even if you play a newer one or an old one, graphics don't really matter because it's a simple puzzle game of fitting blocks into the right space, right? Yet it's one of those games that's easy to learn but crazy hard to master. And one of the reasons it's near and dear to my heart is because Tetris is one of my mom's all-time favorite games. So your Nana, when I would come home from school as a kid, okay, I would walk upstairs, and upstairs we had this hallway. We had this old little TV, kind of similar to the old TV we have now for our retro games. We had this old TV sitting in the corner, okay? And my brother and I would walk home from school, and we would say, Mom, we want to play. And you know what she would be doing? What? She would be playing Tetris herself, and she'd be playing it on the old Nintendo, and she'd be saying, just couple more minutes. And she was really
Obsessed.
She was crazed over Tetris. And you think it'd be the other way around, where you're trying to get the kid to stop playing the video games, or the parents saying, hey, enough time. But us as kids, we were saying, Mom, we want to turn. And she just loved Tetris. And one of the things that we loved is on the Nintendo version, is as you get to the higher levels, when it ends, you get a little rocket ship that flies off into space. And if you get a high enough level, the Kremlin in Russia blasts off. And that was something we were always trying to get. Okay, so that's kind of my background on Tetris.
Okay, I've got it. But
Cool Night. Let's get your thoughts on Tetris. First off, the graphics. Let's talk about it.
Doesn't matter. They're okay.
They're okay, yeah. And one of the things we mentioned is that there have been tons of different versions of Tetris. You know, so we have
Game Boy.
We have the Game Boy.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation. We have Nintendo 64. So there's plenty of different versions of Tetris. And if you want one with high-def graphics, you can definitely get a newer version like Tetris Ultimate, which we have it on the PlayStation 4. I believe it's also on the Xbox One. So you do have that option if that's important to you. But like we said, it really doesn't matter in this version. Okay, gameplay. Cool Night.
Easy.
Easy to learn?
Yeah.
Is the game itself easy?
And higher levels, yes.
Okay, so explain that. So how does the game start off?
Zero level is really easy. And then each level it gets like higher quality, more blocks that you don't want, that you don't need, and
so on the original Tetris, it does. The pieces start off really slow, moving down. And the pieces are sort of random, and then as it goes faster and faster as you get higher into these levels, right? And that's where the difficulty ramps up. Now, I think what you were alluding to was kind of like on Disney's Magical Tetris Challenge on the Nintendo 64. One of the things that they do as you go in the higher levels is they give you these really odd-shaped blocks that don't really fit anywhere. So they try and make it so that you have gaps that you have to really work towards clearing those lines out. Okay, so the whole point is that you're trying to clear lines. And do you know what getting a Tetris actually is?
4 blocks in each row.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about strategy, Cool Knight. When you're playing Tetris, do you try and just get a row anytime you can, or do you try and set it up so that you can get an actual Tetris where you get before?
Set it up.
I do too, and sometimes it's almost to my detriment. Sometimes I should probably worry about just clearing out lines, but instead I build up a really high amount of blocks because I'm trying to get a Tetris. I'm waiting for that long, straight piece to drop. And if it doesn't drop, sometimes you can get yourself in trouble, especially as the levels get faster and faster. So my kind of strategy, the way that I play it, is the first easy levels when they're moving nice and slow. I want to get those Tetrises because you're going to get the higher points for getting the Tetrises, right?
And levels faster.
And then as the levels go faster, then it's more like survival mode. I just want to clear lines. I want to keep it as low as I can. If I can get a Tetris, great, but I'm not going to allow it to build up. Okay. Do you have any dislikes with the game of Tetris?
Faster, harder. My most complaint is getting the 1 blocks you don't want.
Yeah, that's definitely frustrating. Especially like we alluded to that magical Tetris, you can play a battle mode where you play against people. And say if I get a Tetris on my side, it's going to spit a whole bunch of garbage blocks on your side. So that can be really frustrating. So there's definitely a challenge to this game. And I think that's the reason why you just keep coming back. It's not a story-based game. It's not one that you necessarily, start at the beginning and have an ending. You just go as long as you can, trying to get a higher score each and every time. So there's always that carrot on the end of the stick to make you want to come back. Okay, Cool Knight, what is your overall grade for Tetris?
Around a B+ or an A.
Okay, I'm going to say for me, Tetris, classic game. There's a reason why it has been around for 30 years. There's a reason why they keep making more and more versions. For me, original Tetris is an A+, okay? One of the things we didn't talk about is the music, and I wanted to save that for this part because with original Tetris, that's the version I always prefer to play. I love that music, that do 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 do, right?
I don't really care about the music.
So, see, I grew up with it, right? And I know it's a famous classical music piece, and I can't think of the name, but anyways, for me, that's what I want. I just want regular Tetris. One of the more frustrating things to me when I play some of these newer Tetris games is that I can't just have that regular Tetris version. They try and change it up. They try and add new things to make it fresh. But all I want is just classic Tetris. So classic Tetris, like the kind you can find on the NES or on the Game Boy, okay, that to me is an A+. All the others, B or C. But I will play classic Tetris, and I'll play it on my Game Boy. You know, if I had a regular Nintendo, I'd play it on there. But I will play that, nonstop. So for me, absolute A+. Okay. What's up?
I don't want to say it.
I'll play it on my Game Boy. If I had a regular Nintendo, I'd play it on there. But I will play that. Okay, so from a parent's perspective, I can absolutely, unequivocally recommend this game to yourself, to your children. It's good for your brain. It's a game that makes you think. There's definitely not. It's just a puzzle game. There's not anything to be leery of. This is a great game for kids, great game for adults, people of all ages. It's absolute classic.
Except babies. Choking.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so don't let your babies choke on Tetris. That's good PSA, Cool Knight. Way to go. Okay, as far as where you can find this, like I said, there have been so many different versions of Tetris. So to say, hey, it's $5 or it's $10, it's really hard to say. Tetris on the Game Boy, you can probably find for $5 to $10. If you want Tetris on the PS4 or Xbox One, I don't remember how much it was, but I want to say it was, I would guess $10, but I don't remember. But there's definitely so many versions out there. So no matter what you have, what system, what console, you're probably going to find some version
that you want to
of
play.
Tetris that you can play. But me personally, being kind of a Tetris snob, I really prefer it on the classic Nintendo or on the Game Boy.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I want to say this, but it's your birthday.
Oh, well.
So
Thanks.
that's why we're doing Raising the Game.
Raising a gamer on my birthday. Only way to do it. Okay, so that is it for this episode of Raising a Gamer. Tetris, great game. Go get it. Go play it until the ends of time. See you next time.
Yeah, bye! Oh, wait. Before we start this, we forgot to say like, share, subscribe, leave any comments, anything you want to know, and please don't do a thumbs down. Don't do it. Or else something bad might happen.
Don't threaten them. You give a thumbs down, and we'll come knock on your door and tell you to change it.
No, I'm just joking. But something might happen.
We'll go all Macho Man Randy Savage on you, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Bye.